We travel for the escape. We seek out the isolation of a tropical beach, or the history of a historic European capital, or the vast, empty roads of the Arctic Circle. This desire to be removed from the familiar creates a specific kind of exposure. The thrill of the unknown functions as a trade-off. You gain the adventure, but you lose the guardrails. At home, security is an invisible web of local knowledge and immediate response. Crossing a border reflects what we can call the architecture of helplessness, a state where the domestic safety nets we rely on without thinking simply no longer exist. This vulnerability stems from the collapse of three specific pillars: environmental proximity, technological connection, and institutional protection. Being thousands of miles from home means these pillars can instantly fail, leaving a traveler geographically and culturally isolated, a condition that predators are specifically trained to exploit. Environmental isolation occurs when the search for peace and quiet inadvertently removes the protection of witnesses. In Krabi, Thailand, a 24-year-old traveler booked a hotel specifically because it was remote. It was a small complex of 20 rooms bordered by dense jungle on 3 sides and the ocean on the 4th. While riding a scooter back to his room after dark, he noticed another rider mirroring his every move. When he slowed, the rider slowed. When he stopped, the rider waited 50 yards ahead. The next day, he saw the same man in the same dark jacket sitting at the tree line of the beach, simply watching. At 2 a.m., the traveler woke to the sound of footsteps stopping directly outside his ground floor window. He heard the door handle turn, once, slowly, and then again, harder. When he pulled back the curtain, a man was crouched directly beneath the glass, looking up. The man fled, and the next morning, the hotel owner recognized the description immediately. He was a local stalker known for following tourists for days, always disappearing before the police could arrive. During the night, the traveler had tried the front desk, but the office was unstaffed. By choosing a location for its seclusion, he had ensured that when a threat arrived, there was no one nearby to hear him call for help. Technological isolation happens when our sense of security is tethered to a single fragile point of failure. A 17-year-old student in Brussels left his school group late at night to navigate the city's red light district. He moved with the confidence of someone whose location and route were constantly being managed by a GPS. In the middle of a walk through a sketchy neighborhood in the rain, his phone died. He was suddenly a miner, alone in a foreign city, with no way to communicate or find his way back. Because he was lost, he accepted help from a stranger who walked him back to his hostel. Hours later, at 4 a.m., he woke to a flashlight beam inches from his face. An intruder was in the room, scanning the bunks and backpacks for passports and electronics. Digital disorientation forced the student to lower his social defenses, allowing a predator to bypass the building's physical security. Once the technology failed, the locks in the lobby were no longer a barrier. Institutional isolation is the most difficult to manage. It occurs when a traveler obeys every rule, yet the law offers no protection. Near midnight in the Norwegian Arctic Circle, a group of friends in a rental car realized they were being targeted. A driver began tailgating them, using a high-powered roof floodlight to blind them. He followed them through every turn, tracking them into a remote village. The threat expanded as 2 more cars joined the original driver, forming a coordinated convoy that pursued the tourists all the way to a dark industrial harbor where the local police station was located. When they finally reached an officer, the outcome was not an arrest. The officer explained that while the behavior was ominous, driving on a public road is not a crime. He could take the man's details, but nothing more. Foreign legal systems require specific, actionable breaches. This creates a gray area where a coordinated group can hunt and intimidate travelers while remaining entirely within the letter of the law. In all 3 cases, the predators faced no consequences. The Thailand stalker vanished, the Brussels thief took the visas, and the Norwegian convoy drove away. These experiences demonstrate that the safety nets we rely on, GPS grids, staffed desks, and police intervention, are not universal. They are local infrastructures that do not travel with us. A border is a perimeter. Stepping beyond it means leaving behind the specific institutional and technological protections of home. When these external systems fail, The only thing remaining between a traveler and a predator is their own raw intuition.